Hello today guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Baka Estilo, and on today's video I want to tell you all you need to know as regard to rabbit farming. Over the period I received 4 or 5 messages just to know about rabbit farming and how to start a rabbit farming process in Liberia. So I said, oh, but then I was tired answering one person to another. So I said, okay, but then let me just develop a video that will be able to clear the wave so that I won't be receiving messages coming like that from the same purposes. And that's what I do here. Some of my videos I produce honestly are based on the question my viewer or subscriber asks me. Some people don't even comment on the video in my YouTube, and I want to show you guys. Sometimes if you have some of this question, I just recommend that you ask them right on the YouTube. It's not also bad for you to ask me through my WhatsApp or my messenger handout, but sometimes the comment section is on my YouTube is also there for you to be able to share your question, your opinion, and from that point, somebody down there too that want to ask question, when they see that question there, the person will reserve that question because they know that I will have to come back to answer that question, so they don't have to repeat it. And that's why I notice, because some of them, when they ask me the question, I can ask them in return, have you watched from my video? When they say yes, then I can ask them, did you comment? They say no, we decided to follow you on your WhatsApp handle because we saw your WhatsApp contact there. So don't tell me that you don't want me to be putting my WhatsApp contact again. Honestly, I want you to be commenting. This is a big community. And I want you guys to understand that YouTube is not like other platforms. YouTube is not like Facebook. YouTube is not like even WhatsApp. YouTube is just YouTube. So sometimes some of the questions you want to know as regard to rabbit farming, just direct them straight to my YouTube comment section, and then I'm just going to come up speedily to do the video, because once you give me any question or concern or comments on my YouTube channel, then I know that I should respond, because YouTube themselves will be looking at it when our topic come up, and YouTube can even notify you who asked that question. And so this is just what I want to say before I jump into the video. Well, guys, today's video, like I previously said, that is going to be basically to put you through on what to do as regard to rabbit farming. All you need to know as regard to rabbit farming. One of the things you need to understand when you are coming into the process of rabbit farming is not going to be bread and butter from the beginning. It's a project all by itself, and at times at times it got some up and down. Okay, that is, you have some rise and fall in the making, and the only reason why you experience those rise and fall in the making is because of the way you're going to go about your process. How do I mean? You need to take the cages you are going to construct. You need to take that into consideration. The way you're going to construct the cages, that the rabbit not going to get sick. You need to also look at that point. And then you need to look at your environment. What are the environment in which you want to go about doing this rabbit farm is conducive. Looking at the noise in the environment, looking at the coolness of the environment, looking at the wind, and looking at the sun rays in that environment. That's another thing you got to look at. And then another thing you also have to look at is the structure in which you want to construct for your rabbit. How are you going to do it? So when you want to engage into the process of rabbit farming, the first thing you have to do is research. Research your entire venture, how you want to go about it, and you need to have a plan about what you want to do. You need to have a plan about it, and that plan should not be a plan that will just be in your head, but you need to have a notepad, like you see my ledger here. You need to have something like that for in the start day of your project. You need to write the entire mission, your vision. You need to write them down. And then the place you're going to acquire your space, you need to know the location of that place, because you need to tell your audience or the people that you will be selling to, because it's not just a rabbit tree, it's a rabbit farm. And when you are talking about rabbit farm, like I told you, you got a whole lot of things to do. So the best way for you to be on track and not miss any step is to have a note taking into series of notepad or ledger that you can recommend, say, yeah, this is my farming project. So sometimes you even travel abroad or you go other country, you spend 2 3 months. When you come back, you know that when you go through the ledger, you will get to know where you stop and where you are currently and where you are now going. And that's why when it comes to rabbit farming, you need to have record of account. That's one of the most important thing in rabbit farming I ever noticed and I ever experienced is the record keeping of the entire activities of the rabbit farm. That is the day you started, the kind of cages you got, the kind of cages you started with, the kind of feed you started with your rabbit, and the kind of breed of rabbit you started with, uh, the kind of water system you will have for your rabbit. These are all things you need to have on record. Like for instance, if you buy a new cage today or you construct a cage for your rabbit, snap that cage photo and then you save it to your note area in your phone or your computer, and then you make a note on it that I bought or I created this rabbit cage on June 2023. Then that alone will tell you the day that cage start to get problem, a signal to you that since I created the cage in June 2023, but now it's giving problem that it is spoiling in 2025. Right there, you already know that when you go for that kind of cage the next time, this is the amount of time it's going to spend with you. And another thing you have to take into consideration is the health of the rabbit. Rabbit health is very, very key when you are going into the process of rabbit farming. Rabbit health is very, very key. And one of the easier way for rabbit to fall sick, I have said it on series of my video, is from the ammonia smell of the rabbit urine. So the rabbit hate to smell her urine back. And that's why you don't have to create a cage that is not self-cleaning, or you don't have to buy a cage that is not self-cleaning. I don't like to recommend that. Always look for a cage that is self-cleaning. When we talk about self-cleaning cage, it's a cage that differentiates the rabbit poop from the urine. And in fact, it's going to direct that urine straightly into a continuum leg or whatever stuff you are going to put down to collect the urine. And that we call that part the urine collector. So when you are going for a cage, you need to make sure you have exactly that kind of cage for your rabbit. Even when you are a beginner coming into the process of rabbit farming, you need to make sure that you have that kind of cage, and it's going to help you a whole lot. And when you have that cage in place, then you need to take into consideration how the rabbit is going to be using that cage. There are some metal cage and there are some wooden cage. Make sure every now and then you remove every food that slip into your rabbit hatch. And that's another area you don't have to afford to miss out. Once the feed slept within the rabbit hatch, they break on that feed. When you are cleaning up, remove all of that feed and put in fresh feed. At that time, the rabbit can be so excited. And the zinc that the pee of the rabbit is rolling on to get into the pipe or the gutter before it roll into the rabbit continuum, it is always advisable to use water after you have cleaned up the rabbit poop, and then you save your rabbit poop. Then you can be able to use clean water, maybe put tire soap into it and whisk it over that zinc so that it will rinse everything and calm down for that day. When you are doing that continuously, then the health of the rabbit will be secure. And another area you have to take into your rabbit farming is the breed you're going to start with. If you are going for rabbit from the beginning to start, it is always good to go for rabbit, that are already weaned. That is, the rabbit is around 1 month old. You can get that kind of rabbit. Why I like to recommend this? Sometimes when you are going for a small rabbit from the farmers to bring you yourself to go about, like bringing them up on that stage, it can be sometimes horrible. Because what am I saying? They are experiencing myself. At times, I go for some rabbits based on their color. They are so beautiful. I go for them, but when I bring them, at the time I can bring them, it can be early. I'm not supposed to take them from their parents at that time. So when I take them, when I come, because of maternity feeding, parent feeding, that rabbit will even eat or get the best nutrient, but at the end of the day, they will die mysteriously. It has happened to me, and so since I launched a system that I don't no longer go for those kind of bonus again. So going for the rabbit, I'll advise you, do not always go for the small rabbit. Yeah, like people can sometimes contact me who want the rabbit, assuming the rabbit stem wing. No, sometimes let the rabbit be 1 month old, going to the 2 months, you get that rabbit. Then you can be certain that that rabbit will not fall sick, or that rabbit will not mind maternity feeding. At that time, that rabbit now is a very good guy that can stay all while by itself. And another thing you need to know about rabbit before we come to the conclusion part of this video is rabbit do fight. Rabbit do fight. And when two rabbit fight is to the death. When two rabbit fight is to the death. I'm repeating this because it's very crucial for new beginners in rabbit farming. Why we make rabbit fight is that you don't take two female that are mature to stay to the same place. Same goes to the male rabbit. You don't take two mature male rabbit to stay to the same place. When I say to the same place, I'm trying to say into the hatch. While the cages, you don't have to let them stay together. Because if they stay together, they might not fight in your presence because you are around. But when you leave, somebody will want to be the head of that place. And then when they launch that fight, when one person don't die, or one person just got to die, or they will be seriously injured. And this is how rabbit fight. When rabbit are fighting, they attack. When the male rabbit is targeting the the private part of his colleague that is there, he's fighting. And at that time, when he's grab that private part, sometimes he can haul the whole thing out, and then that his friend will just die right there. Same with the female, when they are fighting, oh my god, it looks so funny. So they will fight to the extent that they will bust one another gut, and then when you come, you will see it lying down there. So it's always good to post cages into system. Cage should not be your problem when you are into the process of rabbit farming. Cages should not be your problem. Just sacrifice and get as many cages you can, because when those rabbits start breeding, when you win them and they start knowing the difference of their set, like the men, you see their testicles showing, that is their 2C will start to show, then you should understand that they are now getting to know themselves. They can get feeling. So the male rabbit that are there 2 3, they can't stay to the same place. You have to put them in other cages. So the same goes to the female rabbit. So if you don't do it at that time and your rabbit continue to stay together, you will come from out. Sometimes you see some of the rabbit hurt, some of their seed get sore on it. And once the rabbit private part start to get sore, sometimes for it to perform its duties now, it become problem because some of his veins, some of his organs have already been tampered with. So that part is very crucial. If you are still watching this video up to this time and you have not liked this video, then I don't know what you are doing. Honestly, I don't know what you are doing, because it's a culture here. If you are a newcomer, you got to subscribe, hit the notification icon to be notified whenever I drop a new video. And then when you are always here, you need to know that it's a culture by liking the video so that it can go across. That's one of the best way you help to support me here as regard to what I'm doing. So guys, these are some of the tips I've told you, and I want you to tell me during the process of your starting, how was it like for you when you were starting the process of rabbit farming? How was it like for you? I would really like to know. I'm curious to know. And tell me the kind of cages you have in place. How is it working for your bunnies? How often do your bunnies get sick? And what kind of medication are you giving to your bunnies? These are some of the things I would like to know from you if you are a person that is raising rabbit. And if you are a kind of person watching my video that you want to engage into the process of rabbit farming and you don't know how, keep going through my video. You will always have some quality tips there that will tell you more things you need to know about rabbit until I can package another video to come out to you. This is just to tell you the most important thing you need to know as regard to rabbit farming. My name is Baka Estela once again, and I want to wholeheartedly say thank you for watching.